don't like to know when we're live. I just like to know that we're live.
We are live now.
And now we're live. Good morning.
Good morning, Houston. We are live at Down House this morning with some delicious coffee. I'm Jeanette Martell. So excited to have you here this morning with us.
Thank you very much. Good to be here. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Kimberly with North American Title Galleria. And our special guest this morning is Jonathan Young. He is live with us. Thank you for coming.
Yay!
The RE/MAX Signature Office.
Pleasure to be here.
And he's having coffee with us as well.
Yes, I am.
You are having
I'm
coffee.
trying to have coffee and water, and they didn't have my tea that I wanted, but anyways, it's okay.
You wanted hot Southern sweet tea.
I did.
Right.
Yeah,
I did.
that's what
and
you
and
wanted.
I almost got it.
You almost got it, and then they realized that they didn't have it.
Yeah.
So, but they had like some blueberry something or another
Right.
that they were going to give you.
It wasn't, like I said, sweet tea is probably my sin. That's it.
Yeah.
So we're really making you do something a little bit different this morning.
Coffee is not my usual, right?
Yes.
It's not.
Well,
Coffee's
I
not my
grew
usual.
up in Georgia, and you're from
I am from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Oh,
I was
okay.
going to say Alabama.
So
I know we've
do
had
not
this
hold
talk.
that against me there. So anyways.
You can't hold that against you. So I grew up drinking sweet tea. That's like all we drank in the morning. As soon as we woke up, that's what we had to drink was the good old Southern sweet tea, 24 hours a day.
Wow.
When I moved to Houston and they did not have sweet tea at the restaurants, that really bothered me.
It did.
Really bothered me.
I've really, that's the reason why I love Texas so much is because most everybody has got sweet tea.
Well, that's true.
Other than that, my wife has really got me on a water kick, so I'm making sure that I get plenty of water as much as I can.
Water
so
is so important.
it is.
It's the best thing.
We've done a lot of research on different types of water, so
Okay.
we make sure that we filter our water at home and things of that nature.
Oh, good.
So do
And,
you have like alkaline water? Or
We have
what kind?
charcoal filtered, yes.
Okay.
So we have a Berkey system at our home.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yes,
Okay.
it's really nice.
That's wonderful.
It is. So we try our best to make sure that we get the best of the best. Ever since, and again, we're not going to go there too deep, but ever since I've gotten cancer, a lot of things have
Okay.
changed. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't realize
yeah,
that.
absolutely. But no big deal. We're not going to talk about
Yeah,
that.
we'll save that for another show.
But yeah.
Well, we're
So-
happy you're here and
Well,
you're
thank you very
taking
much.
care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yeah,
doing all the things
that's what we're here
to
for.
do
So,
that.
what did you do this weekend?
Well, I had a lot of fun, believe it or not. I was with about 200 or 300 Girl Scouts this weekend.
Yeah, nice.
And we were at, yes, it was actually a lot of fun. I learned more about science, and we were at Rice University. It was the Girl Scouts STEM day. So they had science, technology, engineering, math. So I was with a couple of the girls from my daughter's troop, and it was just beautiful to see, children.
Right.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter, boys, girls, but kids get excited about science, and for them to understand how they can contribute to the world, whether it's, building something that's going to help someone in the medical field or doing something, when it comes to technology, and how math is important and
Right.
how all these different things are so important.
Right.
So it was really exciting. So it was fun for me to do. Thanks. We have Twan here. So
Go
thank you so much.
Twan! Thank you.
He's helping us make sure everything's in order. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then the rest of the weekend I was having cough drops.
So
Yeah, that was the best part too.
Yeah, I called Yannette last night and I said, "Hey, we gotta talk about our show Monday," and you told me you weren't feeling well, and
Yeah.
I said, "I'll sit on this side of you. We'll let Jonathan get sick."
But luckily Jonathan also has a cough, so we're okay.
But I went out
That's what the water's for.
Exactly.
I went
So
out
cheers.
to Atascocita this weekend. I haven't been out there in a long time.
Yes, I
and
saw that, by the way.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
up
that was in your
you're
neck
my
of the
neck
woods.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So I'm up in the Kingwood area, so love the Atascocita
Yeah,
area.
it's really nice.
It's growing, and lots of things going on out there. So
That's nice.
people should come visit out that way much more.
That 45-minute
should.
drive.
No, it's
It
not.
was far.
It's not.
But I went out there for a girlfriend's birthday party, and then another girlfriend of mine that I went to middle school with opened up a coffee
I saw.
shop. They sell waffles, dragon breath.
Oh, really? I wanna have some of that.
Actually, she would love for us to come out and do the coffee show
I would
out
love
there.
to. I would love
So-
to do that,
You're
but
gonna
I
go
want to
outside the
try.
loop.
I
Uh-oh.
think we
Well,
may go outside the loop.
Okay, I will commit to driving. I suppose
We'll wake
He'll
up
take
early.
me.
We'll carpool.
Yes.
So yeah, if you're out in the Humble, Atascocita, 1960 area, go out and
Yes.
visit Nikki's place called Nectar.
Okay.
It's right off of 1960.
Right?
So
Up there, well, by Westlake Houston Parkway.
yes,
Very
yes,
much.
I checked in on Facebook so everybody would know. So that's what we
exciting.
did. We had the family over last night, made hamburgers, and watched the Patriots.
You didn't invite me.
I know. Well,
Yeah, I'm
my
kinda
birthday's in a
figuring out
couple
where that
weeks.
was.
So the Patriots win again.
Yay! I like
No.
Tom Brady. I know. I'm like,
No.
I'm so
shouldn't,
over.
but I do.
I'm so
But
over the
he's-
Patriots.
I'm not.
And then I
He's
really
like
wanted
a-
Case Keenum to win, but they didn't win.
I did
That's
too.
okay.
We were rooting for that. My
Yeah.
my little boy walks around with like a Cougars jersey, just saying "Go Cougs." So he
Yeah.
doesn't really know exactly
That's right.
too much about who's really playing. He thinks
Right.
everyone is Miami football, other than the Cougars. So he didn't really, get it. But he was excited that it was an ex-Cougar, I guess, playing.
There you go. That's not
What
bad.
about you?
I had a lot of fun. I had my aunt and uncle who came in from Mississippi visiting
Oh,
with me
nice.
this weekend. So it was good to see them. I only get to see them once a year, I guess.
Okay.
And he gets to come over here and visit with some. He does some stuff here in the medical field. So
Oh, good.
so it's good to see him. And then Sunday church. I'm a little Pentecostal boy, so I do a lot of church on Sunday.
Oh,
I grew up Pentecostal
Yeah.
too, so you're around two Pentecostal women.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. So last night, I sometimes Monday I'll be real hoarse, just having a good mood of the Holy Ghost. How about
Yeah.
that?
That's right.
That's true.
I was telling my husband last night. I said I really miss churches that do
Right.
church on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
They've
Hey, our
kinda
church does.
gotten away
Really?
from it.
Yeah,
Really,
5
yeah.
o'clock.
Oh,
That's
okay.
really good.
All right,
Good.
man.
I-
Look into
I-
that.
I enjoy
Yeah.
Sunday evening service. It's
Yeah.
just, it's a different, mood. It's just amazing. And not only that, a lot of people like it when it comes to just time scheduling. I think
Yeah.
it's
That's true too.
Yeah.
So, but
Did
we
you
love
guys
it.
survive the ice storm of 2018?
We
I did.
Pete did.
The ice apocalypse. Okay, I went to HEB on Dunleavy.
I didn't do any of that.
The
You drove
day
there?
No, well, like the day before the storm.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a nightmare.
No.
Okay, everybody was going crazy. The lines were down every aisle.
See, I saw that, but when I had to go in there, and sad to say, I had to go get some dog food. That's all I had to go get.
Aw.
Okay, so
We love
crazy
dogs.
part. Well, I know. I love. And by the way, who had the poodle? By the way.
I have a multi-poo.
Oh,
do you?
those two
Okay.
poodles.
Oh, but
Yes.
those are
Okay, those are my friend's dogs.
Okay, so
yeah.
I have a standard poodle as well. His name is Lincoln. But I was out getting dog food, and this lines were crazy.
Yeah, it's
But the
ridiculous.
thing was, I was looking at everyone's basket,
Right.
and there was nothing per survival mode whatsoever.
Yeah.
I
Buy
didn't understand
liquor.
it. I'm like, yeah.
Other things.
That was it. I didn't
Yeah.
understand. I'm like, okay, this is not no bread, no
Yeah.
milk, no nothing
Yeah.
like that.
No.
So, anyway, sorry. That was just.
Well, I can tell
ironic.
you, my husband went the day before too. Like he's very prepared. I love that he's very prepared. So he went out and got like things, for the house, and we were very happy that he got everything. But he missed one thing, and it was abuelita café,
Oh, the
chocolate.
chocolate.
And we wanted, my kids wanted to watch a movie, and we didn't have abuelita hot chocolate.
Right.
So luckily we walked to Brazil. They were open.
Oh wow, nice.
They were open, and they actually have abuelita café or chocolate.
Uh-huh.
So we ended up going to get the chocolate and then come
Take it
back
back
and watch
home.
movies. So
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not bad.
I
That's
can't
good.
say that was a bad thing. It was fun
No,
actually.
I had a blast. We worked that Tuesday, which was fun.
Yeah.
I work from home.
I did a lot of sliding around on the ice just for fun, which you guys all saw that.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was just fun. I had some-
You know,
So
one
you
thing-
worked you
I
like
was
came
in the office
Oh, okay.
Tuesday,
See,
yes.
I was working like from home.
Yeah, no, we stayed home and worked from home those couple days. I was so ready to go back to work though.
I-
Oh my God, I was ready for the kids to go back to school.
I love being at the office. I really do.
Yeah, I was like, what is
really
this?
do.
I think my daughter had been to school like twice in like
Yeah.
a month because they came off of
That's
Christmas
true.
break. And so, anyways, we'll eventually get around to talking about real estate today.
Yes, real estate.
So I was actually on Swamp Lot last night. If you guys are not familiar with Swamp Lot, I love this website because it gives us so many cool details about what's going on in Houston and I think kind of all over. But Swamp Lot has been something that I go to and find out what's going on in my own neighborhood. So
Right.
a lot of you guys know that I recently moved out of my Spring Branch neighborhood because we had flooded so many times.
We're not neighbors anymore.
No, we're not. We're not neighbors. Oh yeah, we're not neighbors
Our
anymore.
office,
Yeah, your office. Well, yeah, your office isn't neighbors, but I'm not far. So we moved to the Third Ward area. So I love it, love it, love it because we were super close to everything. And as I was on Swamp Lot last night, that is what pops up is our new neighborhood. And so I just wrote down some data last night, which I thought was really cool. And so I'm going to share this data with you guys. So according to Zillow, which I know we all have mixed feelings about Zillow and Trulia because we all know they get their data from HAR when it comes to MLS, but we're not going to go there right now. But according to Zillow, the sneak peek into the Houston neighborhoods with a surge in popularity, number one was the Third Ward area with a 6.8% increase in home appreciation. So that was like super cool. Let's say hi to the landscaper behind us. We had hoped that he would have been done by now, and apparently not.
It's okay.
The second neighborhood is Spring Branch East. So the neighborhood we just moved out of.
Really?
Yeah. And then there was a few more. I'll let y'all go to Swamp Lot and read that. But I thought that was so interesting.
I have to go figure out.
But you know, it does make sense that those numbers are like that because, I mean, if I think back of some of my transactions from last year, I had several in that particular section in Third Ward because I think a lot of people understood or liked the proximity of it to the city, and then just everything that you have access to, plus the pricing.
Right.
You can get into a really nice property and not spend what you might have to spend somewhere else.
Right. And that's the whole thing. The neighborhood is amazing. Everybody has been so sweet. And I mean, we're down the street from 8th Wonder Brewery.
That can't be bad.
Live on the same street as around the corner. I mean, yeah, the brewery. Yeah, I mean,
That's
Dynamo
right?
Stadium is down the street.
Right.
I mean, all the Harrisburg Arts Museum. I think you just went there.
I went
recently.
there, and I would love to go back there, all of us, because it's such a beautiful place. I grew up in I guess it's called Eastwood, really, which is close to Edo. But it is a different looking neighborhood from when I grew up. And I grew up in a very typical street with the beautiful trees that wrap into each other, and you can enjoy all of that. And of course now there's a lot of townhomes, there's a lot of development, which is beautiful. And of course all the arts that's happening. I love graffiti. I think it's amazing that someone can create such beautiful.
Were you?
Yeah. Well, it's so beautiful that someone can create, this beautiful piece of art and then take it down and then start again and do something just as amazing. So the Harrisburg area has this warehouse, and it's just where all the graffiti artists go, and they display their works there. There was a photo shoot going on when I got there, and they had music. It was really nice. The neighborhood is still in transition, so you will see different things, but I think that's what brings beauty to that.
And that's what brings Houston, like we talked about before, as diverse as we are. You know, we wanted to be close to downtown, as close as we could, and it's been an amazing. I'm so happy we made the transition.
Seeing the skyline.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you see the skyline from my back door.
We kind of like the skyline.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and how you got into real estate, and how you got hooked and why you love doing what we do.
What took you to the dark side of real estate? Because once you're sucked in, you never leave. Apparently,
you stay here.
One of the best decisions ever made, and I used to tell folks or ask myself, I don't know why I didn't get in it sooner, but then again, I have to say that I'm glad I got in when I got in, and because what all the other things that happened in my life have basically prepared me for all that's going on now, so it's really good. So, but I started out in title, so my main thing was I had a connection into title, which started out with Capital Title and Memorial, and
that's how we met.
That's how you and I met.
Yeah.
So very much so. We used to do a lot of trainings together.
We did. Yeah, that was fun.
So, and I always looked out for a lot of the vendors. That was my biggest deal, was making sure that you guys got the connections with all the agents.
Yeah, brought us in and connected us with agents, and that's really what all this is about. Is
exactly
having great partnerships.
So we, so I after you know, I did a lot of trainings. Most of the time they were outside of the office, so I would go out and you know, be a resource to the agents, which that's the goal. And I caught the eye of Remax Signature.
Okay.
So Remax Signature, okay, were after me for a good while because they had saw what I was doing for their agents and their trainings and all that.
Yeah.
That they said, look, we've got to have you on board. So after about 4 months of negotiations, I finally made the transition. So and Remax Signature is where I'm at, and I absolutely love it. I love the agents that are there, and I will say that they are absolutely the best people. So that's just my shout out. That's just my story. I'm sticking to it.
So where is the office located?
So we actually, flagship office is Memorial at 820 Gessner, right behind Memorial City Mall.
Right.
And we're at I-10 and Gessner.
Right.
And we have a small Campbell office, or what I call Spring Branch office.
Okay.
So it's right across the street from the Spring Branch Elementary School.
Yes,
Yes.
I know where that one's at.
So
okay.
that's actually where Remax Signature got it started. Right.
Okay.
So, and then when the 024 location opened up, we took that.
Right. Okay.
And so we didn't know what to do with that. We've recruited in some teams, and so therefore they're at that location.
Awesome.
They use that space. And then we now have a Heights location that's under construction, and it's literally just 3 blocks down, right down there. So it's at 15th and Yale, and it's under construction. So we hope to be finished in the next 90 days or less. And so we'll have
same signature brand.
Signature brand
Okay,
all
awesome.
the way around. So there's 3 offices there, and then we just acquired a Galleria office.
Way to go.
Wow, you guys are growing.
We are.
You
So
guys are
we started off 2017 with just the 1 office, and we now have 4 offices. And all of our agents will be able to utilize all the offices when and how they want to.
Okay.
So if they happen to be targeting a particular area outside of where they usually do, our goal is to have an office in every area of town, to be honest with you. We hope to have maybe 10 to 12 offices throughout. And they'll all be signature brand. So if they get a call from a lead that happens to be in, I don't know, Woodlands or Katy, they'll be able to have an office to go by there and do paperwork and things of that nature.
So that's super convenient when you're an agent.
Correct.
Is to be able to pop into an office, and when you have friends that work at amazing title companies, that you can pop into their office and work as well.
Very much so. Very much so. So, I mean, that's what we're all about. So we're here to help the agents, you know, again, get the best without having to worry about, you know, my goal is I want to take that stress away from them altogether. I don't want them, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want them to stress about anything, finances or locations or paper or copies, whatever it may be. You needing a place to do their work, we want them to be able to have an office nearby. So as the months and years progress, we'll end up having an office throughout all of Houston. So.
Well, that's wonderful because it's, I mean, especially from all the billboards that I see, Remax sells a house every
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Which
It
is
is true.
fantastic. It's a great brand to be associated with. I think as a listing agent, it's so important because you want that brand recognition, and just even as a buyer, you want to make sure you're working with the people that are really understanding the
and
area.
that's what we again, brand is incredible. It's credible. It's trustworthy.
Right.
I mean, again, I do this all the time, and you guys can hopefully don't stump on my foot. But anyways, I'll take my Remax sign and put it up against anybody's sign, and you'll see who recognizes most.
Right.
And that's what happens.
It's
Yeah.
a
And that's what it
recognition.
is. It is.
Right, totally.
So that's the Remax side of it all. Now, the signature brand of it all is what we do inside our office.
Right.
And that's where our agents see the most support, the most ability to increase their business.
Okay.
So combine the two together with what we have, with what Remax has, and then you've got a full package. And there is no doubt in my mind they will increase business.
And that's important as a new agent or as an established agent.
Right.
The most important thing, I think, I mean, you could speak more to that, is the support.
It's definitely the support. So will Remax take new agents? Or I'm
we
sure
do.
every office is different.
Every office is different, but our signature brand, we do watch some of the new agents that do come out, and we have taken a lot of our agents. In fact, to be honest with you, I'll boast about some of our new agents who started 3.5 years ago. And we actually have those today to where they're not just top producers, but they are extremely wealthy. I mean, we're talking about $250,000, $300,000 producers.
Okay.
And they started out brand new agents.
Right.
So here it is in just 3 years or so, they're doing great volume and great commission.
Yeah.
Along with that, so yes, we do watch for new agents, and when we do, we're watching to the point that what do they have? Do they have the same fit that we're looking to do? Because we're looking for agents to take action and to do what others are not doing.
Right.
And what we have is we have tools and products that are in place that they will not only just do better, but they'll stand out. If they'll just follow what we teach them, success will fall.
And so with that, even when you have let's say a new agent or even a seasoned agent that comes on board, do you have training that they come on board? Is it mandatory? Is it?
Everything, like I said, we highly suggest that they make as much training as they can.
Right.
There is online training for us. We have Remakes University, which is online.
Okay.
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of videos for them to watch, live sessions, everything there. Even designations they're able to acquire.
Okay, awesome.
So they have it all available for them. In the office, yes, we have trainings Tuesdays, Thursdays. We have new agent trainings on Wednesdays. So again, that's what we do for the agents who are able to come to the office.
I think that's a huge thing, especially with an agent. And just speaking from experience, is just having that support from their broker, from their team. If their broker's not available, having a designated person in the office that is available to them speaks volumes.
That's go ahead. But I'll say this: the staff is what we have. So our offices will never intend to be huge offices. We intend to have adequate staff per the number of agents we need. And so when we do that, we're talking about no matter when they call, if they come in the office, they'll find us there. I say this all the time. When you need us, we're there, and when you don't need us, we're still there.
Right.
So we literally love helping out. We love getting the phone calls when they set some one-on-one time with us, and we sit there and say, look, what's your vision? Where are you at? We want to be a part of the journey, and let us be accountable for you. And that's what we do a lot of, is accountability. So we follow what they're doing, give them suggestions, and then again, we just enlarge what they're already doing.
Well, and I think it's important to have that kind of guidance.
Right.
I know on the lending side, as a lending partner, a lot of the time spent with, especially if you're a newer agent, is understanding how important it is to have the client pre-approved.
Right.
And why is something like that so important? Do you talk to your agents about that?
Yes.
I mean, I would imagine as an experienced agent or someone that's already producing at a good level, they understand the importance of that.
They have, and I will say this, we talk about relationship building probably almost every time we get a chance, every training. If we can, I know that we'll do usually a 30-minute Q&A after all the trainings, and it always comes back to a partnership with title or a mortgage lender, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And when it talks about, getting with these clients about, all right, this is what you're doing. You're a whole entire package. You've got to make sure that you have a relationship with what and the knowledge that your lender is bringing to you.
Right.
Tell it to your clients. Get them in the process. Get them in contact with them.
Right.
And we talk about it all the time. But the main thing is that they literally have to understand that how important it is to get this stuff in place before the big process starts. I mean, I cannot emphasize that enough.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're telling them, because I'm surprised sometimes when I will get a call. Once in a while, I'll get a call, and they're under contract, but they haven't been pre-approved.
Right.
And I'm like, no, this is not good. And sometimes it works out that it's completely fine. But imagine if your client is not, ready to be approved yet, and you have them under contract, it could turn into a pretty bad situation for them, for you.
Well,
the experience.
One of our agents has experienced that just this past week. I got the phone call, and I'm like, Jonathan, do I need to do something? I'm like, no, you're on the listing side here. The other agent did not prep their clients at all through the process at all. So don't feel bad. In fact, to be honest with you, that might be something where you can actually show and build for yourself and say, this is what I do for my clients, and I happen to see that you like that with your realtor, and I hate to say it, but this is the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And again, going from start to finish, the meeting, the pre-approvals, the inspections, all that comes into play way before.
Prepare them.
Yeah, prepare them. And
it
it
makes
should be
better
fun.
for all of
Yeah,
us.
it
you
makes
know?
it so much easier.
It should be fun for them to want to do that.
I make
get
it fun.
excited,
I just want you to know. I get
know.
excited about talking about, ratios. It's exciting.
It's-
KPIs, lending,
We do too.
verifications.
I'm very
It's
passionate
exciting.
about it. You're
that
right.
means I get to give them money after we have these kinds of
Yeah.
talks. And they can shop for a house. So
Yeah.
it's exciting. It can be boring. Yes, I can imagine it's, not sometimes uncomfortable things make people a little nervous. And when
Right.
you're discussing all their assets, all their money, can they buy this? Can they not? Then they
Yeah.
become a little bit
nerve-wracking.
It's a little
Sure.
nerve-wracking, but then after we're done with that, the rest of the process begins, and
Right.
it's so much easier for everyone
Right.
involved. So
It is.
I
Just
think-
follow direction.
I think the crazy thing now, and I think it goes to education, educating the agents, is unless they want to waste their time, is showing homes to buyers that are not pre-approved.
Right.
don't do that.
Why do it? Why get your hopes up? Why get their hopes up? Why waste your time and your gas in this
Right.
glorious city that we live in? It's just,
Correct.
it's not worth
Right.
it. Reach out to Yeneth
Yes, reach out
and
to
get
me.
your clients pre-approved before you go out there and show them homes. That's the goal
Right.
at the end of the day. is-
And I can tell you one thing on the pre-approval side, because I can understand the urgency, because some clients want a house, they want to see the house, they want to see it now, they really
yeah.
don't care about, they don't understand the pre-approval
Correct.
process. So I can tell you sometimes it's a quick, if you can prepare your client, gather your documents. This will be a much easier way to get them approved
Correct.
if you just tell them, call this person and they're going to tell you yes or no to qualify.
Right.
Well, it's not just a yes or a no. Usually when we do a pre-qualification, I like to look at your income. It's one
Correct.
thing we can, the question usually comes up, what pre-qualification versus pre-approval?
Right.
I can look at your credit. I can take the information as far as how much you make, how much you have to put down, and it's just information we've
Right.
shared, and look at your credit and see if those numbers work, and that would be called a pre-qualification.
Right.
Just information being shared. But to get an actual letter that says we're pre-approving you, usually, which is what the realtors would like when they
Right.
are doing their offers, submitting the offers, it needs a little bit more information. So I usually like to look at income, your pay stubs,
Yeah.
your W-2s,
Gotta
bank
go more in
statements.
depth
We go a
and-
little more in
yeah.
depth, and so it's not like a 5-minute process. So sometimes it takes a little longer, depending if you prepared the client to have that information
Yeah.
ready. So it's just about preparing them, so
Yeah.
that way we can get you a faster approval and get them
A
on their
real
way.
approval.
And a real
Yeah,
approval.
A real
because
approval.
I don't want to give you just, yeah, sure, go ahead, when we know that there's still things missing.
Right. So,
And I have to admit, that's what a lot of our agents in these Q&As,
Right.
well, my agents don't mind telling other agents some of the pitfalls and the correct
Right.
ways to do so. And that's what I love about what the agents we brought on who
Right.
don't mind sharing their success and
Right.
their failures at the same time.
Right, of
Because I
course.
promise you, that's a lot of agents, especially new agents, need
Right.
that.
yeah, they do.
They say,
They
hey,
do.
look, I'm looking out for you.
Right.
There's plenty of business to go around.
Exactly.
But the main thing is that, I want you to succeed just as well as
Yeah.
I have. So we love that about our agents. So
Good.
So, Jonathan, you're
Yes.
married. You have four
4 boys.
little boys. How old are they?
So oldest is 16.
Okay.
And I have a 9-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Y'all were trying for that
Wow.
No, we're not. We're done.
girl. Y'all were done. No more.
We're done. I
So-
love my boys.
Oh, that's awesome. I bet
They're a lot of
your
fun.
wife is, I'm surely very busy with those
Yes,
boys. But she'll
very much.
always be the queen of the castle.
She will
Well,
always be
that's
the
true.
queen of
That's
the castle.
awesome.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, how are you?
Hi, Heather.
Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hi,
Thank
Heather.
you for joining us. So again, thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate
and
it.
we always like to have great guests that can give us great knowledge and talk about their.
Well, I'll tell you this, the market is great right now.
The market
Yes.
is
A lot
great.
of things are happening right now. After Harvey, a lot of renovations are on the market
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. So those people are looking to list, those people are looking to move into other homes in the area. Don't forget about that. So
Yeah.
if you're not seeing the business, then come see me. I'll help you.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
good.
You
Yes,
know, one
absolutely.
cool thing that North American has, and I'm going to give you this
Yes.
paperwork to take back with you to your
Love
office, and we have it in inglés y español.
Ah, muy
Porque
bien.
yo hablo
Love
español
it.
también. So we actually have the closing process, and this is something that Yaneth was saying. It kind of help kind of educate your buyer, and it talks about lender. You want to start with your lender. You want to go with your agent. So it talks about the contract and then your title company, me.
Right.
And we have it in English and in Spanish. So this is really cool to give to your clients because it
Right.
kind
I don't know
of
if you guys realize that. So it's lender and then
Hi.
and then title.
yeah, we have it all in order.
There we
So-
go.
I did make it funny. No, I'm just kidding.
That was
Well,
fun.
we planned it this way, right?
There you go. That's right.
And we have these really, some cool tools for you, just some guides
Good,
for your
good.
real estate
Love it.
agents, and
Love it.
it really talks about the different things
Very
that go on.
well
So,
made.
yeah, I'll come by and give a class to
Absolutely.
your
Look
guys.
forward to
So
it.
that's
Look forward to it.
exciting.
Our clients, like I said, when we teach, we
Right.
teach the nuts and bolts of real
Yeah.
estate. We get down to the nitty gritty, and I promise you, that's what it's about. Direct training
Right.
that gets them out there,
Get 'em out there.
quicker and gets them out there selling houses.
That's what we want them to
That's
do. That's
exactly
what
what we
makes
want them to do.
everyone happy.
Exactly. So
And especially the buyers, right?
Oh yeah,
Of course.
because that at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
that's what it's all
And that's
about.
my
Giving
favorite
our-
thing, really knowing that I made that difference. Sitting at the closing table at the title company with my
Yeah.
agents
Right.
and enjoying that moment. I mean, there is no
Absolutely.
better place to be than to enjoy that moment with
And
them.
a lender that actually goes to closing.
Right, which
Yeah.
I do.
High
Because
five
That
to you.
doesn't happen very
High
often.
five to you for going out there all the time.
yeah, I do because
Because I know
mean,
you have tons of them. So yeah.
well, but the thing is that at the end of the day, it's always fun
It is.
to do that.
It is.
You know,
To
it's-
be with your clients.
That's
and-
what I work hard for, to get to that point.
I
So
enjoy it.
I don't understand if you work hard to get to that point, why you would miss out
Right.
on that particular
Yeah,
moment.
Right.
Plus,
totally.
if they have questions sometimes, you're there to answer them as opposed to
Correct.
getting somebody else to do it. Do we have any
Yeah, I'm gonna
people?
see. Well, we have Twan. Thank you so much, Twan, for coming today.
Well,
Hi,
Big clap to
Twan.
you.
Yay.
Woo! And Aristotle's on.
hey, Aristotle.
Thank you for
Hello.
Good to see you,
watching. Deanna,
Hi.
my husband Seb is watching. I'm trying to
Hello.
see who else is watching. Jeff, Shannon, Marcia, Marlise, Donna, Robert, Mercy.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks
Lots
for watching.
of people watching today. Thanks, guys.
And thanks to you,
Daniel.
Jonathan, because you really put out the information about our show. So that
So, yeah.
that was so
I love that.
great.
And
that you
I
did
promise
that.
you, I enjoy doing that for our agents as well. I love doing marketing. My other business
Right.
I've had for many years prior to real estate. Branding was a big deal. Marketing was a big deal. Getting my
Right.
name out there. So I enjoy doing that for a lot of the agents. So
Good.
those in our office already know what I do. So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
the new ones who want to come on board and find out exactly what it is. So that's what we do.
Yes, don't be afraid to get in front of the camera,
Oh
right?
No,
no,
exactly.
and you do a lot of Facebook Live.
You
I
do.
So
I
that's
do. I
You're
love
a
it.
pro.
Just
No,
gotta
for
do it.
sure. You gotta do it exactly. Like I said, your clients just want to engage with you, so do more video. Get out there. Doesn't have to be a big production. Just get out there and just let everybody know what's going on.
Yeah,
let them
exactly.
know why you are the best and why they should use you. So,
Yeah, totally.
absolutely. So that's my little.
And we
2
were
cents for the day.
saying how people really want to know that you're just like them. I mean,
That's right.
we have coughs. You heard me cough earlier. It's
We have
just-
landscapers
We have
that are
Yeah.
exactly. We have everything.
makes it more fun.
And it's okay because it makes you understand that everyone has the same different things that you have to deal with whenever you are going live.
Yeah.
Or in just in general life.
or the sun beaming down
Exactly.
on you. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, toasty. Yeah.
But no, we always appreciate having amazing guests. Thanks again for
Yes,
coming.
thank you
How
for
can
being
people
here.
get a hold of you?
So my cell number broadcasted out there 832-477-2425. Or you can actually just look at a Remax, Google Remax in Memorial or Remax in Galleria. We've got our numbers out there, and but again, call me directly 832-477-2425. And I promise you, if you ever want to know what it's really like to be a Remax agent, I promise you, give me a call, and I guarantee you we'll have the whole entire package for you. And I guarantee you it's probably better financially for you to be a Remax agent than you've ever dreamed it would be. So give me a call anytime. We appreciate it.
That's awesome. We're going to put your information also
Thank you.
Yeah,
on our
definitely.
comments as well. So that people
And you get me along with the package.
So WCR rescheduled. Just to highlight some upcoming events. The Lee Brown event
Yes.
has been rescheduled again because of the ice storm last week.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I beat the ladies at Storm Chaser. I hate to say that, but it got rescheduled because of Harvey, and then it got rescheduled because of the ice storm.
Wow.
I don't have the date yet, but as soon as I do,
know that they've released it yet.
I don't
I'm not
think
sure.
so. I'll get with Catherine on that. So, other than that, February 8th, NAPMW is having a bottle auction, like a wine bottle.
Okay.
I don't know if liquor is involved, but I know it's wine
Maybe
for
it's
sure.
wine.
So I'll be attending that with Deanna. And then February 15th, WCR is having the Economic Forecast.
Which we will be
So,
there.
Yeah, we will be there for sure. So reach out to me. I had an agent call me this morning to get scheduled for that. And then I'm also scheduling
Right.
Trek Legal 1 and Legal 2 with the famous real estate, the godfather of real estate, Rob Cook.
Yeah, all right.
So that will be on February 21st. That will be at my office. So
That's
be
good.
looking for flyers and information to go out on that.
Also, NAREP, which
Yes.
I attended an event last week for.
And Alma,
NAREP.
I know you're
Alma,
watching.
is
I
she
just saw
watching?
your
Okay.
comment. Oh,
Hi,
I couldn't make
Alma.
it. I'm sorry.
Alma, it was so wonderful. You did such a great event,
Yes.
and Salvador and Alma put this
Yes.
together. It was a grand opening celebration for the NAREP Katie branch, or
Right.
you know,
Chapter.
chapter, exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. So it was so much fun. We had a live salsa band.
Really?
It was at Perry Homes, Cross
Yeah, I
Creek.
saw that.
It was
Yeah.
absolutely
Saw that.
beautiful. They did a
Good way to
fantastic
utilize
job.
the upstairs.
Exactly. You just
Yep.
put a live
Just
salsa
put a
band.
band
Everybody
there.
That's all you
dances.
gotta do.
So we had so much fun, but they are having the Houston chapter, or the Greater Houston chapter, is having an event later this week. So
That is true.
it'll be on the 25th, I believe, and it is at one of the hotels in the area, which we'll put the information
Yes.
as well. But they are having a great speaker come out. And if you really want to know about how to target the Hispanic population, specifically the millennials
Right.
of the Hispanic population, if you don't know what Hispaniola is, then you need to call me.
Yeah.
Because that is a thing, and that is a huge
Wow.
market of the population. It is the Hispanic millennials that have the money to buy the homes, and they want to be targeted a different way. So if you don't
Yep.
know how to target them, you need to call me, and we need to talk. And NRF has a great forum coming up.
Yeah.
So
I
also
did get the invite for that.
you
so,
did, okay,
yeah.
good. And then the Houston Mortgage Association also has an upcoming event at the beginning of February, which we'll put up as well.
Yep.
I know you
So-
can't jot all of this down.
Yeah, lots of events coming up. So be sure to tune in, watch us. We'll always put those events out there. Be sure to like our page, The Caffeinated Show,
Right.
on Facebook here, as well as on Instagram,
That's true.
The Caffeinated Show. And other than that, I'm going to have my assistant come up and help us
Thank you
with
for
our
watching
sign-off.
us. We've had such a great time.
Thanks again,
at Downtown.
everybody.
Stay caffeinated.
Stay
Until,
caffeinated.
oh, wait, real quick. Yeah, you can, this is when you know you're live. Press, yeah. Next week, we will have Tara Wagner on
Okay.
Oh, wow.
live. She will be live with us next
Yes.
Monday, so be sure to turn in. Don't
Tune
turn
in.
Tune in. Don't turn in yet. Be sure to tune in next Monday. We'll be posting the information of where we'll be. You're always welcome to come and join us here at wherever we are. We will be sure to let you know. And your coffee is always on us. And until next week,
Stay
caffeinated.
caffeinated, guys.
Stay caffeinated.
Bye.
Bye.